Okay, today's the next day. Let's take a quick look and see what we think. I think that might be okay. Now, I'm not good with fiberglass. I usually make a mess of it. But it would be nice if I could put some fiberglass, especially here where you've got that bare wood. There used to be some fiberglass like that on top of it. And I got some other places here. Some of this fiberglass is actually bubbled up, but it's still in place and it's still sealing up the boat. So I think I want to tend to leave it alone in places where it's good, but I might try mixing a little bit up and putting it there. Yeah, especially where it's bare wood and here. Yeah. Let me think about that. So I did some pretty ugly patchwork on the boat, but I think it's better than I thought it was going to be, and I'll tell you why. It turns out this was jelly instead of the fiberglass liquid, which I've used before. And most of the time, the problem with the fiberglass liquid is you can paint it on like with a brush, and then when it dries, sometimes it'll flake up and peel off. It doesn't stay on very good. This is a fiberglass jelly. I don't think I'd ever worked with that before, but I like it. It's kind of not quite the consistency of Bondo. It's a little more liquid than that. And I was hoping it might self-level, but it might not also. But even if it didn't, what it is doing is sealing the wood. I had wood here, and I had places all up in here where there was bare wood. And underneath that wood is foam, and I didn't want water getting in there and soaking the foam. Now I'm debating on what to do here. I actually put some of this over the Pour 15. I don't know whether to put some of this over that. See, this is rubber. It's meant to be stood on, and there is wood under it, but I think what I'm going to do is just let it dry, and I'll probably lightly sand this to take off the rough spots. I may wind up painting. You know, it's a pretty boat with its original markings, and I don't know how much of those I can save. You know, like this part up there on the front, it's got that sort of a veneer, kind of like an old, you know, 50s wooden boat. I like the looks of that a lot, but it is also damaged and fading, and some places where it's even, you know, coming up, the insulation is coming up. So but I might be able to figure out a way to paint it and save as much of that as I can. Not that I'm working on a work of art here. Literally, this is, I want to use this. Let me put a little bit more of a splash right there. I just noticed a spot. See, I don't want any water to be able to come into. Then I could smooth this out somewhat. I'm afraid that if I start messing with it, I'm just going to make it worse. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it alone. I forgot what I was saying. Must have been really important. Alright, so I'm gonna clean this up and cap that up and walk away from it. We'll come back to it tomorrow. We'll give it plenty of time to dry, and I might take some sandpaper and sand over it, and I might get me some paint and repaint at least part of it. You know, I was thinking, well, I could paint the back part like here, where most of the damage is at. But we'll see. It's going to be an interesting experiment in a way to see how well this holds up. Yeah, it will. Oh, I was thinking I had a can of this around here somewhere. You know, I've got places on this rubber part, like right here, where you can see the bare wood up under there. And it wouldn't hurt to put some right over that. I think I'm gonna, if this will squirt, you know, you never know. you get a paint can. Been sitting around on the shelf for a long time. It may or may not work anymore. I guess I could do the paint can shake. Some people like it when I do that. Some people get a kick out of seeing me do that. I ain't proud. I'll do all sorts of things. You just never know about me. Well, let's see if this squirts. Oh, it's squirting. Well, that worked. I cleaned the tip on that pretty good because I might use something like that. I don't know if I'll use that or not. We'll see how it looks once it dries. But it wouldn't hurt to put, hope it's a good sturdy strong handle. Probably wouldn't hurt to put another coat or something on top of this, and that might be just the right kind of stuff to do it with. But for now I'm going to leave well enough alone if I can. I tend to keep messing with something until I mess it up. I thought about before, I got sidetracked with a project a while back, but I was working on making a camera mount to go on the front of the Studebaker so I could get some videos of going down the road from outside the car. And I still got all the pieces to that, and I got some pieces in here to that, and I suppose if I felt like it, I could work on that some more. Let me consider my options here. See what I think about whatever it is I want to do next. I'll get back with y'all and let you know once I decide. I like that I got the ability to decide. A lot better than when the alarm clock goes off and you know you got to go. Because that's your job, you know. It's just an amazing time in a person's life when they can be retired and they get a chance to decide what they want to do. I didn't have that for most of my life, but I do now. I'm thankful for it. I could just sit right out here by the swimming pool and watch the bugs float by on the water, or go down to the lake. Why is my camera shooting sideways? I don't know.